Why should Edmontonians be voting for you?
Well, I'm born and raised here in Edmonton. As a youth, I've faced homelessness and food insecurity, and I'm an Edmontonian, just like everybody. In my pediatric practice, I see every culture, every religion, every socioeconomic status, and I feel like I'm in tune with Edmonton. I'm running for Edmonton as an Edmontonian. And, I'm upset just like most Edmontonians are upset by the way this city's been run. The facts don't lie. We're drowning in almost $5 billion in debt. Property taxes have risen to unprecedented levels. Homelessness has doubled in the last 2 years, and people no longer feel safe on public transit and in their own backyards. And, unlike my opponents, who've been in office for about a decade, they haven't made things better. In fact, they've made things worse. And Edmontonians aren't stupid. We see the decline in our city. And I, like most Edmontonians, don't feel it's fair and right to allow the same people that put us into this mess another shot at making things even worse.
So with Edmonton growing fast, as mayor, how would you manage some of those challenges that you talk about, some of the things that come along with such rapid population growth?
Well, it really comes down. We've got 50 to 70,000 people coming here every year, and a lot of times I hear that that's a problem. That where we're going to have to increase our services and whatnot. But I ran a business. I'm a pediatric dentist, and for me, our customer base is our tax base. To me, that's an absolute opportunity. We have a lot of places where we can develop. Urban sprawl is not the answer. It's increased density is going to be the natural result. But we need to increase our tax base, both residential and non-residential here. So.
Now, one of your campaign promises is the establishment of a grocery store that has cheaper products for low-income individuals and families. Where would you source groceries from for that store?
Well, we would source, first of all, food insecurity is a big problem here in Edmonton. Affordability is a really big issue. For Edmontonians that are making less than $63,000 per household, right now they're paying about 95% of their income on just food and rent. That's not sustainable. Seeing the patients and families that I've seen in my practice, they're having a hard time putting groceries on the table. Right now, we have 47,000 unique Edmontonians using the food bank each month. That means about 200,000 Edmontonians are having a hard time putting food on the table. That's why I want to launch a city-supported discount grocery store in the neighborhoods which need it most. Now, the University of Alberta has done a study on this in 2015. Areas of food deserts, areas where it's more than a kilometer to walk to a grocery store, and where people are generally going to 7-Eleven and the convenience stores to get their food. So I want to repurpose old buildings. We've got a lot of them around town. There are federal grants, there are provincial grants out there, and I'm working with a social impact collaborative here in Edmonton right now with Abdullah Saleh and the Innovative Canadians for Change. Look him up. We've changed the lives of hundreds of thousands of lives around the world, and we want to bring those initiatives here to Edmonton. To actually launch this city-supported grocery store will cost us about $11 million if we were to give the food away for free. Now, here's the thing. You either get the groceries from the food bank right now if you need it, or you pay full price at a grocery store. Here's the thing is that people actually want to pay for their groceries. Dignity is involved. And, by doing this grocery store, we're going to charge for some of these groceries as well. Now, it's going to be a rounding error on our operating budget, but the downstream cost savings is going to be immense. And so I'm all for it. We're running the cost analysis on it right now, and I'm going to tell you it's going to be a win-win-win for a lot of us to make it more affordable here in Edmonton.
And speaking of big projects, as part of your fiscal responsibility plan, you say you want to pause, quote, all newly proposed non-essential major capital projects. Which ones do you have in mind?
Well, there's a whole bucket list of things and dream projects, but what I'm referring to, and this often gets confused, so thank you very much for the question. When I say I want to pause all proposed non-essential major capital projects, people think I want to just cut services. Now, what I'm talking about are the luxury items, okay? So in the rec center, for instance, we've got the Coronation Park Recreation Center being built right now, where there's a velodrome being built. Okay, that amenity in itself is a luxury item which benefits very few Edmontonians. In fact, I went around Edmonton and asked people if they even knew what a velodrome was.
Wouldn't that velodrome, though, bring international competition and potentially international dollars or dollars from elsewhere in Canada to our city?
I would agree. That would maybe do that, and that would be a benefit of doing that. However, when we've got the issues that we have here in Edmonton, we've got 5,000 plus active homeless, 47,000 of us using the food bank right now, we got to set our priorities straight. Right now, we're not defining our needs versus our essentials and versus our wants. Our needs are, we learned this in grade 1, food, shelter, clothing. right? And water. On water, it's a great privilege here in Edmonton. I've been around the world working on development and sustainability, and we have an absolute privilege, right? But our essentials, we know what they are: our roads, our drainage, our police, our fire. But our wants are our rec centers and our bike lanes and that sort of thing, right? What happened is that when we prioritize our wants over our needs, this is the result of what we're having here. So what I like to tell people, if I had at my house, we all like Ferraris, right? Ferraris are great. Would it be a fast car? Sure. Would people like to see it? Great. But if I don't have milk in the fridge, I really shouldn't be buying a Ferrari. I should be buying a Honda Accord or a Honda Civic. So rec centers are important, but not rec centers with extra luxury amenities when we have the situations we have right now.